They're asking about the music. Is there any way to turn off the music without just turning it down? Because they want to be able to maybe not have the music, but hear the ringer go off when their exercise routine is over.
It's something that we're taking into account. Somebody had addressed that. I made a note of that. It's a great question. So it's something for the future. We can, I don't know that we can eliminate the music on the current app. I haven't seen how to do that because by default it picks a song. But you can always tune it down. You can turn on your music and move with the app as well. In order to have it ding at the end of each movement, it has a countdown that you can look at. But if you want to have that ding, we're going to be talking with our technicians later this week on some of the suggestions so that we can incorporate those in future editions.
And profile. Currently, the app only allows one profile to be built. Okay,
right.
Some people have suggested maybe they could have them and their spouses have a separate profile so you can track them separately.
Right.
But that's just a suggestion that you'll review.
And it's something that's also written down. So kind of like Amazon or Netflix, you have one account, but you can have different profiles. I love that idea. Thank you. We'll work on that.
Perfect. All right.
You can definitely create different routines for each person, and you can label those routines right now on your app. So you can create a routine, clone a routine, and call it by a different name by editing it. You can edit it, put a different picture in it. You can put a spouse's picture in it. So when they go to the saved workouts, you'll have their face on their particular exercise routine. So that can be done right now.
Let's see. Also, does it tell you what each exercise is good for and what body part? So if you want to get in there, and I will bring this camera up close so that they can see your...
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. So if we go to create your workout, for example, and we want to add a movement. If we go to add a movement, you can see all the different movements. We've got all movements here. We can go to aerobic movements here. We can go to calisthenic movements. Cool down, some of them are going to be on warm up. Some of them are going to overlap. But if you go to all the movements, over here, and you hit health balance, it's going to describe underneath it what it is. Baby bounce with balance bar for overall health, stimulation, balance, circulation, detoxification, inflammation, lymphatic circulation, blood circulation, stimulates thyroid, adrenal. It explains what it's good for. So each one of these, when you go to each one of these routines, is going to have a little description under it to tell you what it is. So hopefully, I don't know if you can even see that. So you can see what that description is for each one of those movements. And then you can decide whether you want to add to the workout, which is right down there. You can see you can either add to the workout here, or you can just close out by hitting the X, and it will take you back to additional movements. So yes, all of those are addressed. When you're creating it, you can create or edit and put whatever image you want in here, write a description of what or who this is for, and you can actually name the workout up here. So, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, sorry. So again, you can add your own picture, write a description of what it's for, and then create or name it whatever you want. And then when you add it to your My Workout section, you can see what they can look like. So I created this one just as a little demo. And if you hit on it, you've got the different exercises. And you can go to options, and under the options, you can pick your workout music. You can pick your background image. See if you can see that. Sorry, geez. Okay, I know something you need to do in the future. So you can see the different movements. We use graphic designs, and we're going to use graphic designs because we want to make this user-friendly for children eventually too. So we're going to create graphics, little heroes, things that we can do to help get the children off of the couch so that with the technology that's available now, they can actually have the Cellerciser in the corner of the TV, and a parent can say, yes, you can go watch your show as long as you do your exercise routine. And it can be a caricature or it can be something fun. But we also want to be able to create caricatures eventually that you'll be able to customize and change as well. So that's all in the future of our development. So
we're going to untangle this really quick
okay.
so we don't have a problem, so I apologize for that. All right.
Any other questions?
Okay, we do have quite a few.
Okay.
Has anyone had any luck editing movements once they have added them to a custom routine?
Okay. If you want to do that, the only way to do that right now is, okay, I don't see if you can see this. If you go to the edit button up here, it will edit and you can take movements out and you can put another movement in. But the problem that we're aware of, is that the new movement will come down here to the bottom. And so you almost have to start over. You say, hey, I want to change the routine up. So you can delete these various different things and put the other movements in, and you're pretty much creating your own routine over again. We're looking into changes where we can actually develop the app so that we can move movements in different positions and then edit and change the timing or the amount of time. So we'll make that more user-friendly.
So if I have just started rebounding and have the app, how long should I stay on a routine before moving on to the next level?
There's so many levels, and there's so many things you can do, and there's so much you can create that it all depends on where you're at. So we want to make it so that it fits with what level you're at, or what level you're, if you're working with a trainer or a doctor or a health practitioner, what level they can help you work with. And you can always give me a call too. And we're here at the office to help share different ideas or movements that you can do based upon where you're at right now. But everybody's going to be different. And I don't know what you're comfortable with. But again, I tell people, you don't have to work out. We've got to get rid of that mindset. You can play in. You can have fun. And playing can be work on the body. But it's not laborious. It's not something you have to, you don't see anybody else in the animal kingdom out there working out just to work out. Okay, that's a manipulation of the body. They're out there having fun. They're playing. They're running. They're enjoying, and they're in good shape. We want that. We want this whole app. The whole purpose of this is creating routines and customizing routines, and eventually you'll be sharing your routines with us as well and with each other, so that it'll take on a life of its own as we continue to develop this. So again, thank you for being part of it and for helping us to evolve.
All right. Do you have a cast button for Chromecast or Amazon? We don't.
No, but what we do have, I'm going to let you hold this for 1 second. Sorry for all the noise there. Whoops. Thank you, Christine. We got the best group and audience because they're so forgiving. Yeah. All right. So this is an HDMI cord. And take that top off. You've all seen these. That's what it looks like. If you take the HDMI cord and you get an attachment. Now, they have them for Android and they also have them for Apple. And you take and connect this. You can actually have it plugged in for power over here as well. But you plug it to the HDMI port, you plug the other into your TV, you turn on the app, and you just need to go to the HDMI port. If it's port number 1, it'll be in your settings or source. And you go to that setting or source. It'll bring the app right up on a great big screen TV. You hit it on your iPhone or your smartphone or your iPad or your Android device, and it will light up the entire TV and you can do the routine right there. And they're not that expensive. Really good to have. We've used it many times that way, and it will solve that issue.
All right, thank you.
There's more in the future that we're working on, though.
Okay, so this person tried to order the app the other day and wanted to choose credit card for payment. It prompted PayPal. Can you explain that process?
Yes. Unlike our products, when you buy our products, and by the way, we're going to launch a couple new products tonight for all of you who are tuned in. Buying a product is different than running an app. Running an app is a lot more involved, and in order to have the programming to support you and to follow you, and we needed more what do they call it, HDMI code or whatever the code is, and that coding was provided by PayPal. Now, you don't have to keep a PayPal account, you don't have to use PayPal, but you need to set it up as a PayPal account so that, and it doesn't cost anything, so that we can follow you, we can make updates. Right now, that's what we're doing. We're working on having it available through Android and through Apple, or Google and Apple, but in order to do that, it's going to cost an additional 30%. So those people who don't want to go through Apple are going to have to go, or don't go through our PayPal program and want to buy it directly on the App Store, you'll be able to do that, but it'll cost you 30% more, because we're going to have to pass that cost on to others. So we have a discount program right now on our website. We are going to make it available as well on Apple and on Google. We're working on finding a way to do that right now. It's just going to cost a little bit more.
All right. Okay, so this is the last question here, and then I'm going to grab this phone and look and see if there's anything that we didn't address already.
All right.
So talk about the app shutting down.
Okay.
While they're starting their program and it shuts down. So.
Yeah. Most people are doing just fine with the app. A lot of that has to do with memory. It's the memory of your device. We are working right now to make that work on everybody's device as much as possible by taking our graphic movements and sizing them. I don't know exactly how they do that, but making it so it takes up less memory while it's loading so that it doesn't crash. So when you're moving from each movement, it's loading and buffering as you're doing your routine. That's getting better and better every day. We're making progress in that, so keep trying it, keep working with us on it for those who are being challenged by it. But in the near future, that shouldn't be an issue. And we're addressing it right now with our technicians.
How do I create a login for the app? Well, it has to be purchased first.
That's a good question.
So that's a good question.
One of the things a lot of people have been doing is that they've been downloading the app, and it's got a little demo thing in there. But then they say, well, we can't use the app, even though we have it downloaded. And I said, that's because you need to go to our website, to our store, and purchase the app. Once you've purchased the app, you're going to be given your login information and your password, which you'll be able to change. But that helps. That should help. So if it hasn't been working and you haven't actually purchased it, then that's the reason why. This little device here is really cool. It is a holder for the actual smartphone so that you can put it on our balance bar and you can exercise with it. When you put it together, it looks like this. And you can see that. You've got a little device here that you can torque down, and this is designed to fit right over the balance bar. And if we can bring the camera and watch how we do this.
It's gonna jiggle for a minute, folks, but I'm gonna actually take it off our stand here and bring it over so that I can get it right up there on top of it. Sorry. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so we just take it once you've put it together. It's pretty easy to put together. You just put it right over, give it a little bit of a turn so that you get it tight, and then clamp it down. This part here is what you're going to put your phone in. And if I can get my phone, Carrie, can you get my phone for me? Thank you. All right. So if you get the phone, And you put it in the cradle, of course, and just give it a little squeeze. You can move it in different positions. And it's ready to go. Now, you just hit the little app button here, so you can see what this looks like. So now I'm on the Cellerciser, bouncing up and down, and I can actually do a routine. So we start the routine. You know, you can change the background of all of this. And okay, there's a... That's getting louder. That's interesting music. So if I go back here just to show this, I'm going to go to options and I'm going to pick music, and I'll pick electronic, but I'm going to pick, let's try techno dance. And I'm going to put the amount of time in between each movement down to a second. Save it, changes are saved. I'm going to start over again. Oh, I should have showed you how to change the actual. So now we go. So I've actually got it right here in front of me as I'm bouncing up and down. And it will go to the various different movements. So you have it right there with you. So that's how this works. And when it's time to take this off, it's under pressure right now, so the teeth are holding it in position. If you take it, and if you try to squeeze this right now, really hard to get it to release. But if you take your fingers, push in a little bit, and then hit and push out, is very easy. Comes right out. So these little guys here, they're $25 a piece. Shipping is $9, and that's priority mail. And I am amazed at how much shipping costs have gone up, but they have. And unfortunately, we're not able to absorb that. So the entire unit delivered will be about $34.